Today we're taking that window, putting it in that door for this Mercedes Sprinter Cargo 170.
It still baffles me how these things show up and they're not in 10,000 tiny little pieces at the bottom of the box. I guess Van Windows Direct ships these all the time, so kudos to you guys.
Oh, that's a window. That's a piece of glass right there.
Yeah, I have trust issues, okay? I took the thing, held it up to the side of the van just to make sure it was the right one.
Harbor Freight suction cups scare the crap out of me. So I did that real quick so they didn't fail. Let's do that little swivel, and now I'll be able to work from right here. Bye. Now that we're inside, I'm gonna take off all these clips. We have to pull out these supports right here and right here. So this big H-brace support will come out, and then we'll cut along this line all around the outside. There you go.
My favorite way of cutting sheet metal inside the van is this air nibbler. Now it does leave behind some half moon shaped real sharp pieces of metal, but there's no sparks and it's pretty easy to clean up with just a vacuum.
Don't pull on this too hard because you may, although you're taking this centerpiece out, you may end up creasing it if you pull too hard on the edges. So let's just be real nice, kind of get this off with a little support there. There we go. Take this out carefully, don't puncture your brand new seats.
Drill yourself some pilot holes, that'll help you out with your step bit, and then you can turn around and use that for a purchase point for your air nibbler. Another good thing about using this nibbler is you can use the inside edge of the door panel as a guide. Other methods, you might have to transfer or scribe the line on the outside of the door to allow you to turn the corners using some different techniques, different tools. So just know this is one of the reasons why the air nibbler is #1 in my book. Also, you don't want the sheet metal scraping down the side of your van after it's free, so make sure to leave yourself a little bit in the top and the middle so you can place your suction cup where you can control that piece when it falls out.
Now we have the hole cut. First, we're gonna clean up all those little pieces that we made with the vacuum so we don't track them all over the place. Then we're gonna clean up the inside of this cut, put a little bit of primer paint on it.
And only then can we put our window in.
Now take note of where your caulking is gonna go, right here on the outside. That way you have a good seal all the way around the outside, and then that will coincide with where you sand on your door to create the better adhesion for the P2G Sikaflex caulking.
Remember to not only sand where we just talked about, but also that edge that you cut out. This will allow you to paint that edge, and then also for the window adhesive to bond to the painted surface. So I scratched this up with a 220 grit sandpaper, and this is enough to make the adhesive and the paint bond really well.
Now that I've masked things off, I'm gonna use this denatured alcohol, wipe down the edge, make sure there's no grease or any oils or anything, either from my hands or the nibbler when I was cutting, any of that stuff. So take care of that, and then we could end up putting the Sikaflex P2G on there. Stick this window on.
Help yourself out and stage some tape up above where the window is going to go. That way, once it's in place, you can tape it on without ripping off pieces of tape.
All right, in the past, I've been using this Sikaflex P2G auto glass adhesive. This time, I'm gonna use the Adhesive 428 HB Plus by DuPont, just to use something a little bit different. I know a lot of people are into this stuff. There's nothing wrong, I want to reiterate, nothing wrong with using this. I have used this and I will probably continue to use it, but I kind of wanted to stick something on a little bit different just to try it out. So this is the right stuff for the application, just a different brand basically. So let's go jab hole in it.
Yeah, this stuff was pretty creamy, so I'll probably end up using it again.
So let's take this and precariously cut the tip off of it. This is right about here for real. Let's go in like, wow. This is dangerous. Dummy. There we go. Ta-da! All right, I did that without hurting myself, so that's a good sign.
Now you just squeeze the goo on the door. Well, and make sure it's where you want it and how much you want it. So probably around a 1/2 inch tall bead, and obviously you want to place this right where you've sanded. That way you have proper adhesion. Then just flop that sucker into place. Well, carefully, and use the bottom edge as a way to line it up. All right, so you can't just flop it in. Move the window around so you have a even reveal around the whole window. Also, don't push too hard or else you'll spooge all the goo out of the sides.
All right, as expected, this window does not leak. I tested it out this morning, but unfortunately my ADHD got a hold of me and I said, I got a little bit of the van wet, let's get the whole thing wet and then we'll wash it. While I was doing that though, take you around to the inside, and there was a leak found. So luckily, before I got too deep in the van build, I found this leak and I'm able to fix it. I went to the local RV place, which had a standard universal foam kit for the seal up here, and now I'll be putting that in as part of my next video. What to not do. The former owners of this van had put in some type of plastic around the outside. It looks like a HDPE, like a high density polyethylene or some type of plastic, right? Doesn't matter. And some caulking. This is latex caulking, I think. Not cool, man. Not freaking cool. So let's do it right.